I am so tall this morning. I seldom get a chance to feel tall. Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Buffalo, where we do our best to place love at the center of all we do. Whoever you are, wherever you come from, whether you've been here for many years or have come through our doors for the first time today, whether you're here in person or watching on YouTube, hi YouTube, our community is richer and more complete because you are here. My name is Fran Manley, and I am this morning's worship associate, and I have the honor and the privilege this morning to introduce to you our candidate for the next settled ministry of this church, the Reverend Bethany Russell-Lowe. Right. Bethany will be preaching this morning and next Sunday as well. We're all blessed to be worshiping in this beautiful space, which rests on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee people, original nations of this land, who continue to call for justice and self-determination. As always, let's take a moment to thank many of the people who make a service like this possible. The ushers who greet you at the doors, the musicians who enrich our service with their time and their talent, the tech team at the back whom you mostly don't see but who manage the sound in this room and send the service out to the world on YouTube. The food ministry who turn a simple coffee hour into a weekly feast, and it looks like there's something special planned for today. I don't know, but I check it out. Going to have just a couple of announcements now. Volunteers are needed for memorial service on May 31st. Service is for Jane Berggren, formerly, long time ago, Mrs. Joe Malkowitz, who died during the COVID pandemic. There are a number of different ways to help out. Many of them do not involve cooking or lifting, so check them out. You can see Nancy Wilkins in the parish hall after church, or email her or Lucy Stone if you'd like to help. You can find their addresses on the back of your order of service, like right there, and in this week's e-blast. Music Sunday, actually Music Weekend now, is coming fast. It's just 2 weeks away. Today's music includes a couple of samples of what you can expect from our hardworking, dedicated choir. Plus, there will be 2 new compositions by Alex MacArthur, Buffalo's own jazz diva. The Friday night concert will include Alex and her band as well as the choir. So believe me, you don't want to miss that. Put it on your calendar. Friday, March 8th at 7, Sunday, March 10th at the usual time. There will be a ticket table in the parish hall after church, and you can get your tickets today. And now we have a very special announcement from our search committee.
Good morning. Boy, am I tall today. I love it. Okay, so something's going on. It's called, it's candidating week, which is super exciting. And one of the things that we've got going on is in your order of service is this lovely insert. And if you put something on your refrigerator before, rip it down and put this on your refrigerator. There are so many opportunities for meet and greet and also fellowship with our ministerial candidate, Reverend Bethany Russell-Lowe. The first one is today. So after we enjoy our culinary delights with the food ministry team, we'll come back into the sanctuary and for a Q&A. So anybody can come and ask questions or, talk and that kind of stuff. But we also want you to sign up for all kinds of fellowship options throughout the week. The first one is on Wednesday evening in the parish hall. We'll have a potluck. I mean, come on, who doesn't love a potluck? You get to make cool things and then share them with other people. It's awesome. Also on Wednesday in the afternoon is opportunity to stop by Spot Coffee just up the block and meet with Reverend Bethany in a social type of atmosphere there. So that one you don't need to sign up for, but please sign up for the potluck. Please also sign up for the lunch on Thursday afternoon, which will be really awesome. The thing that I'm looking most forward to is on Friday night, there's going to be open mic night. I'm so excited. If you know how to play a musical instrument or know how to sing, or even maybe don't know how to sing but just want to wing it, come, okay? Open mic night. Also, not only open mic night, but you could do improv. You could read a poem. You could, tell jokes or something like that. So please come to open mic night, whether you want to take advantage of the mic or whether you just want to sit and share dessert and coffee. That would be great. On Saturday in the morning, we will have a time for question and answer for all of our finance stakeholders. Who here is a finance stakeholder? If you pledge, you're a finance stakeholder. Okay. So please come and join us for a conversation about finance on Saturday morning. And then on Saturday afternoon, we'll have a craft fair for the kids. So there are so many opportunities for you to meet and greet and socialize and get to know our ministerial candidate, Reverend Bethany Russell-Lowe. And there's a table in the parish hall. You can sign up. That's all I got.
Thank you, Julie. It sounds to me like the echo is worse. I wonder if the sound should come down just a tad. I'll leave it to you to decide, Josh. It just sounds a little different. Is it good? Okay. All right. You will find, if you haven't already, you will find a few of the currently important announcements on the back of your order of service. So please read those and take them home with you. There's a lot more than what's on there coming up soon, and a lot more than what Julie talked about. We are a very busy place these days. So please check out your e-blast. If you got the e-blast in your email on Friday or so, and you didn't open it when you get home. If you didn't get the e-blast, you can find a link to it on our website, buffalouu.org, and I think you can sign up at the membership table to get on the list for that, because that's where you find out what's going on, and there is a lot. Now, let's take a few moments to deepen our connections with our old friends and create connections with new ones by greeting our neighbors. And if you prefer to sit quietly in your seat and just listen to the happy buzz, it's always okay to do that too. Go.
Good morning, neighbor.
Pardon?
No. Good morning. I'm the reason people are feeling tall this morning. I wanted to be able to see you all. It is so good to be here with you in person. This room feels full of life and energy. I'm so excited to meet you all. The words I picked for our call to worship this morning come from the poet Courtney Walsh, called Dear Human. Dear human, you didn't come here to master unconditional love. That is where you came from and where you'll return. You came here to learn personal love, universal love, messy love, sweaty love, wild love, broken love, and whole love, infused with divinity, lived through the grace of stumbling, demonstrated through the beauty of messing up often. You didn't come here to be perfect, you already are. You came here to be gorgeously human, flawed and fabulous, and then to rise again into remembering. But unconditional love, stop telling that story. Love, in truth, doesn't need any other adjective. It doesn't require modifiers. It doesn't require the condition of perfection. It only asks that you show up and do your best, that you stay present and feel fully, that you shine and fly and laugh and cry and hurt and heal and fall and get back up and play and work and live and die as you. It's enough. It's plenty. Come, let us worship together. And will you join me in saying your words of chalice lighting? You know them. We rise. Thank you for teaching me. We gather in loving community, inspiring one another to transform ourselves, to create a more just and compassionate world.
All right, I just put the...
Oh, we just put it out? That's okay.
Go over here and... I'll go over here and
Oh,
get
here.
a candle. Oh, we have a match.
Let's light the chalice while we sing together. Our first hymn this morning is number 298, Wake Now My Senses. All right. I'd like to invite all my shorter friends forward, any children or kids people who feel like children today. We are going to watch a story. We're all going to watch, so come here so you can see the story. And as you're coming up, I'll tell you a little bit about this. This is a reimagining of a story known to many of us as Genesis, but it's also in the book of Bereshit in the Torah. And it's a reimagining, and it's going to talk about partners. We have partners in school and in work and in lots of situations in life, too. And my question at the end of this, I'll give you a heads up. My question is going to be, what makes a good partner? And this is my kid, Otis. He can sit right next to me. That's okay. He's wanting to be next to me. All right, tech team, can we have the video? So afterwards, we're thinking, what makes a good partner?
Before there was anything, there was God, a few angels, and a huge swirling glob of rocks and water with no place to go. The angels asked God, "Why don't you clean up this mess?" So, God collected rocks from the huge swirling glob and put them together in clumps and said, "Some of these clumps of rocks will be planets, and some will be stars, and some of these rocks will be just rocks." Then God collected water from the huge swirling glob and put it together in pools of water and said, "Some of these pools of water will be oceans, and some will be clouds, and some of this water will be just water." Then the angel said, "Well, God, it's neater now, but is it finished?" And God answered, "Nope." So on some of the rocks, God placed growing things and creeping things and things that only God knows what they are. And when God had done all this, the angels asked God, "Is the world finished now?" And God answered, "Nope." God made 2 humans from some of the water and stardust and said to them, "I'm tired now. Please finish up the world for me. Really, it's almost done." But the humans said, "We can't finish the world alone. You have the plans and we are too little." "You are big enough," God answered them. "But I agree to this. If you keep trying to finish the world, I will be your partner." The humans asked, "What is a partner?" And God answered, "A partner is someone you work with on a big thing that neither of you can do alone. If you have a partner, it means that you can never give up because your partner is depending on you. On the days you think I am not doing enough, and on the days I think you are not doing enough, even on those days we are still partners, and we must not stop trying to finish the world." That's the deal. And they all agreed to that deal. Then the angels asked God, "Is the world finished yet?" "I don't know. Go ask my partners."
All right, thank you, tech team. So, what makes a good partner? What makes yeah, go ahead. Oh, someone who doesn't quit because their other partner isn't doing enough. Yeah. Wow, digging deep. What else makes a good partner? For my younger friends first, what makes a good partner? I think a good partner is usually kind and flexible. What else? Yeah. Someone who believes in you. Oh, yeah. What else? What makes a good partner? Yeah. it's not someone that you can trust to not take over when you're not there so that you can all play your part. Is that what you're saying? All right, I'm giving you the mic.
A good partner doesn't take over when you are there because everybody gets to do their own part.
Yeah, what makes a good partner? A partner that never stops trying. Any more ideas before I open this up to the wider audience? Yeah, what else makes a good partner, my taller friends? Shout it out, I'll repeat it back. Trust. Laughter. There's something here? Loyalty. Communication. Friendship. I have a small friend here. Be kind to others. Forgiveness. Something in the pink here, did I miss? No? Curiosity. Oh, yeah. So, back to my younger friends. The adults and I this week are going to be talking about partnership. What type of partner we are with each other, we might be with each other. But you and I might not have a chance to get to know one another level. So I want to know from you, what makes you a good partner or a good friend or a good companion? What are you really good at? What are you proud of? Yeah, go ahead. At helping. Oh, helpers, good. What else? Do you have something to share? You have to say sorry. You're really good at apologizing and saying sorry when you hurt someone. That's so important. What about you? You're not that yet. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're good at doing the work even though other people aren't doing it. Such an important role to play. Any other things that you're really good at, really proud of that you want me to know about? Yeah. Adaptive. Oh, I love flexibility. What else? Good. I can't wait to look forward to working with you all, learning more about you, and telling you a little bit about what I think I'm good at. What kind of partner I am. Oh, one more. Doing the dirty work when other people aren't. Wow. Oh my gosh, these are some great kids y'all are raising. All right, it is time for us to sing you to your classes. All right, sweetie.
Well. What happened here? There we are. Each week, as you know, we take a good portion of our Sunday morning offering and we give it away to a social justice cause outside our church walls. This month, we are supporting the good work of Justice for Migrant Families, a nonprofit organization that promotes justice for migrant families. It provides support for individuals in the federal detention facility in Batavia, information and resources to families in the community, and advocacy both within and beyond the local community. Very important work these days. You can find a lot more information about their work on their website, justiceformigrantfamilies, all one word, .org. Whether you make your offering in the collection plate, online through our church website, by mail, or by setting up an automatic deposit with your bank, your generosity enables our church to live into its mission to inspire us to transform ourselves to create a more just and compassionate world.
Amen to the choir. After Jesse picked that piece, I had just heard these words of prayer that week, and I'll offer them to you in some way commemorating Earth Day earlier this week. I invite your body, your mind, your spirit into a posture, a position of prayer, whatever that looks like, feels like in your own body, prayer, contemplation, meditation, whatever is your own style. And our words of prayer this morning come from Mark Bellatini. This is our earth. It falls through heaven like a pearl in a glass of plum wine. There are no other earths that I know of. There are no other skies we have mapped. This is our earth. The oneness who gave birth to it remains nameless. There was no midwife then to bring us the word of the birth cry. We only rejoice that it is. This is our earth. Ice caps its head and glaciers clasp its feet. Warm winds, like the breath of a lover, breathes across its breast. Mountains thrust up to the clouds, bringing joy. Storms blow across its shores, bringing fear. Silvery fish capture sunlight and bring it down into the deep, as on shore, valleys spread with ripening fruit. Cities teem with the poor and disenfranchised in the shadow of golden towers. Children live and also die. Highways throb. Monks sit in silence. Mothers work. Crickets chirp. Teachers plan. Engineers design. Fathers write letters. People marry, with and without the blessing of law. People cry. They laugh and brood and worry and wait. This is our earth. There are no other earths. Before its wonder, philosophers fall silent. Before its mystery, poets admit their words are shadow, not light. And all the great names religious teachers have left to us, Ishtar, Taramata, Suchness, Wakantakan, Gaia, suddenly refuse to announce themselves. And so we fall silent, entering the time where words end and reality begins. Let us hold a few moments of silence shared in the wide embrace of this community on this our earth. Each week in worship, Unitarian Universalists across the country turn our attentions to the joys and sorrows of our individual and collective lives. This week, we have a few hard news to deliver. One is that Kate Belschwady is in the ICU at Mercy Hospital in South Buffalo. We hold Kate and her family in our love and prayers. And Diane Bockrath died on April 17th. She was a member here for more than 50 years. Also, Kathleen Ludwig passed away on Easter. She was also here more than 50 years. Her memorial service will be June 8th. I know that you too have brought your own peoples, beings, situations, and places that are holding on to your hearts and minds this morning. By giving voice to what we carry in community, we are reminded that we are not alone, that we are interconnected beyond our wildest imaginings, that we have each other's backs. So I invite you now in this sacred space we've created together to say aloud the names of people, beings, situations, places that are on your minds and hearts. You can shout them or whisper or silently name what is closest to your heart this morning. May you remember that you are not alone. May you remember that we have your back.
Our reading this morning is inspired, I suppose is the word, by a brief message from Diane Butler Bass, who wrote, "Love relentlessly." Love relentlessly, she said. And I want to slip those two words into every cell of my body. Not the sound of the words, but the truth of them, the vital, essential need for them, until relentless love becomes a cytoplasmic imperative, the basic building block for every action. Because anger makes a body clench, because fear invokes cowering, shrinking, shock. I know the impulse to run, to turn fist, to hurt back. I know, too, the warmth of cell-deep love, how it spreads through the body like ocean wave, how it doesn't erase anger and fear, but rather seeds itself somehow inside it. So even as I contract, love bids me to open, wide as a leaf that unfurls in spring, until fear is not all I feel. Love relentlessly. Even saying the words aloud invites both softness and ferocity into the chest, makes the heart throb with simultaneously urgency and willingness. A radical pulsing of love, pounding love, thumping love, a rebellion of generous love, tenacious love, a love so foundational every step of what's next begins and continues as an uprising, an upwelling, ongoing infusion of love, tide of love, honest love.
It was Evie May who taught me what church ought to be, and I wasn't her first pupil. As many of you know, I grew up attending the First Parish in Lexington, Massachusetts. It is, like many New England UU churches, a tall, white-steepled building on the town common. Most Sundays, my parents and I got there early for the committee meeting, or the RE room set up, or the other task my hyper-engaged UU parents had signed, quote-unquote, us up for, right? My brother got let off the hook. He was a bit older than me by the time we started going to church. Because we got there early, we didn't go through the front doors, which led into the sanctuary. We went in this side door, maybe your garden entrance, which opened up to the stairway where you could take the stairs down to the RE classrooms or up to the parish hall. And I would barrel in that door nearly every Sunday morning, and when I did, I would hear a loud, thunderous voice call down from the top of the stairs to greet me, "Bethany, good morning. It's so good to see you." It was Evie May, in my memory, always. She wasn't much taller than me, even as a child, but her presence was larger than life. She was one of those people, you know them, who filled a room when she entered it. She was a fixture of the church, and as a young child, it filled me with warmth that she knew my name and took the time to welcome me to church. More than a decade later, in my first church job at First Parish in Concord, Massachusetts, another tall, steepled white building on the town common, I met the now Reverend Tony Fisher. He and I started in that congregation the same week, him as a ministerial intern and myself as the social action director. Our desks were in a small office. It was a closet. It was a small room. Reverend Tony and I soon learned that we had both grown up at First Parish in Lexington, just 4 decades apart. A few months in, I told him my story of Evie May that I just told you, and he smiled knowingly. He told me that he too had been greeted by Norman, Evie's then husband, at the top of the stairs in the same way by name when he was my age 4 decades earlier. It's a simple action, right? To welcome a child to church, to know a child's name. But it made a lasting impact on me, on Reverend Tony. In fact, I think one of us, maybe both of us, might not be ministers today had it not been for the Evies and Normans at the tops of the stairs. But isn't that what we all want, no matter our size or age? Isn't that what we all want, to be seen, to be known by name, to be welcomed just as you are, to be part of a community that knows you and holds you as you change and grow? Who has welcomed you unconditionally in your life? Who has supported both your growth and your decay? Who maybe in this room reminds you of your worthiness? That welcome from Evie and Norman and the generations of people at the top of the stairs before her inspired a fundamental part of my ministry. Radical welcome is all of our work. I believe that whoever you are, whoever you've been, and whoever you are becoming, and I mean that in every sense of it, all of that is welcome here and now, always. And it is our work to make that welcome of the wholeness feel real for each and every one of us. My pastoral ministry is rooted in the belief that each person is whole and holy, just as they are. And also, complexly, somehow, we all have a little work to do. We come together to be in our wholeness and also to practice being the people we want to become. None of us are done yet. I am a Universalist, if you couldn't tell, which means I take seriously the poet's invitation to love relentlessly, to slip love into every cell of my being, to invite softness and ferocity into myself and into those I surround myself with. I aspire to love all people, to believe in everybody's inherent worthiness, which is kind of hard some days recently, right? Some days, many days, it can be hard to love everyone. So sometimes I just focus on loving all who welcome all. Loving all who welcome all. In the work of church, I am always in search of partners, somewhat like the partners you heard Rabbi Gelman describe in the story, but I'm not in search of godly partners. That's a whole conversation we can have. But to be clear, I'm in search of human partners. People who believe we can create something bigger and more beautiful together than any of us could create alone. Partners who know that they don't always have the best idea or the right answer, but are willing to explore and identify what is best and right for our collective. To me, the work of church is a shared ministry, shared amongst ministers and staff and lay people. I take inspiration from 20th century UU theologian Reverend James Luther Adams, who gave us the language, a prophethood of all believers, by which he means that we each have a role in contributing to our congregations and the work we do in the world. My most recent ministry partners have been at the UU Church of Tucson, Arizona, where I've been for nearly 7 years now. When I arrived there, they were fresh, just 2 years off a big, ugly conflict. One conflict that could have divided or even ended the church. And it could have. But instead of dividing permanently or ending, they asked for help. When I got there, they were asking questions like, how do we do conflict differently? How do we heal from trauma that we feel in our individual and collective bodies? And they were also wondering, quite honestly, out loud, if they were really ready this time, after decades of patterns of conflict that felt familiar. They were wondering if they were really ready to do something differently this time. And together we did do something differently. We spent years building trust and telling stories, especially the hard stories, and developing systems that could hold us in our conflict. It's not all we did, but it was a cornerstone of our shared ministry there. And my time in Tucson taught me that it is worth our time and energy to do the hard work of conflict transformation. It is worth the effort because it helps us become religious institutions that are worthy of the trust that people place in us. In a time when trust in religious institutions is at a generational low, we must take seriously our trustworthiness, which means we need to say we need to do what we say we do, and to act like the people who we want to become, to be worthy of the trust people put in us. This internal work of church is not for us alone. It's not hard to imagine at this time when society is growing more and more divided and hatred is running rampant. It's not hard to imagine how learning to do conflict differently is one way we can transform not only ourselves, our church, but also the world. And I want to be honest with you, this was a really weird year to be in search for a new ministry position. I read about you in December. I spent a weekend with your search committee in February, and I accepted your search committee's offer in early April. Can you think about how December you and February you and April you and you today viewed the future of our country, much less your own lives? Differently might be a simple answer, differently. As we tumble headfirst into fascist governmental takeover, constitutional crises, disappearances, kidnappings, family separations, and global economic disarray, I had to ask myself, who do I want to do ministry with, now and into the future? And my answer was really clear. After spending a lovely weekend with your search committee here in Buffalo, they shared all these memories and stories and moments. We had great conversations, but there was one image that I could not get out of my head on my return to Tucson. It was the thing I gushed about to my friends when they asked how Buffalo was. You ready for the image? It's not what you're expecting, I promise. If it is what you're expecting, tell me after. I'd love to know. The image was abandoned grain silos. Andrea and Maria were driving Brian, my husband, and I around the Sunday afternoon of that weekend together. We had a little time before we had to get to the airport, and they drove us by and around the grain silos. And at one point, one of them pointed to a set of them and told us how people gather there in warmer months to do art and share poetry and create community. In this time of fracturing democracy, this time when systems are being gutted and human rights are being openly denied, I want to do ministry with people who take abandoned icons of a former age and turn them into places where we do art and create community. Because whatever abandoned icons of democracy and human rights lay on our horizon, I want to do ministry with people who know how to fill those relics with joy, with music, with food, with care, with community. I want to be with people who see beauty in the mundane, who know that creativity is transformational, who know that we take care of us. And I can sense from some things I know about you and some things that I just sense about you, that you are the people I want to face this uncertain future with. You who build community and create art and imagine a better future for all of us. To be very clear, I am by no means insinuating that this building is a relic of history. I am not meaning that, far from it. But in an analogous way, this building is a symbol of church as it has been, And we who gather in this building today are charged with filling this place with a vision of church as it yet could be. A vision that is not totally clear. I won't pretend I have all the answers, but in my opinion, has to be rooted in relationship, in justice, in community, and in loving from the core. I am not exactly sure where we could go together, you and I, but I'm excited from what I know about Buffalo, about Buffalovians. I have that right? And about the UU Church of Buffalo. I'm not exactly sure where we go together, but I know in my bones that it's going to take a lot of love to get us there. And so I would like to teach you a song about love. And all right, it was a quick transition. Thank you, tech team. Let me tell you a little bit about the song. We sang this at my ordination 7+ years ago when they were laying hands on me, ordaining me to the Unitarian Universalist ministry. My colleague at the time and friend now, Reverend Sunshine Jeremiah Wolf, led the song. And I would like to teach it to you. The choir has already been taught, so they're going to help us learn it. Please rise in body or spirit as your body allows. Repeat after me. Olam Hesed Bane. Try that. Olam Hesed Bane. Yadadai, yadadai, dai, dai. We say that every time. Yadadai, yadadai, dai, dai. Try that again. Olam Hesed Bane. Yadadai, yadadai, dai, dai. Listen now. Olam Hesed Bane. Try that. Olam Hesed Bane. Yadadai, yadadai, dai, dai. Try it high again. Olam Hesed Bane. Yadadai, yadadai, dai, dai. And now we're going to sing it with the English, but it's the same tune, so you know it. Let's dive in. I will build this world from love. Yadadai, yadadai, dai, dai. And you must build this world from love. Da-da-dai, da-da-dai, dai, dai. And we must build this world from love. Da-da-dai, da-da-dai, dai, dai. Then God will build this world from love. Da-da-dai, da-da-dai, dai, dai. Let's sing the Hebrew again. Olam Hesed Bane. Da-da-dai, da-da-dai, dai, dai. Olam Hesed Bane. Da-da-dai, da-da-dai, dai, dai. Olam Hesed Bane. Da-da-dai, da-da-dai, dai, dai. Olam Hesed Bane. Da-da-dai. My, you sing well.
If you sat down, you can stand up again. But actually, let's take us. Oh, we don't have any little. No, I don't need the words. It's the little asterisks here that tell you. Some of you may not have even seen that tell you when you're standing up. I invite you to say together our words for extinguishing our chalice. As we extinguish the flame of this chalice, may we carry its light with us into the world in the power of peace, faith, justice, and love.
You can have a seat for this benediction. It's a little bit of a longer one. This is To-Do List by Reverend Lee Reed, and it's a tongue-in-cheek to-do list. To-do list. Mend a quarrel, seek out a forgotten friend, dismiss suspicion and replace it with trust. Write a love letter, share some treasure, give a soft answer. Offer encouragement, manifest your loyalty in word and deed, keep a promise, find the time, forgive an enemy, listen, apologize if you are wrong, try to understand, flout envy, examine your demands on others, think first of someone else, appreciate. Be kind, be gentle, laugh a little more. Deserve confidence. Take up arms against malice. Decry complacency. Express your gratitude. Welcome a stranger. Gladden the heart of a child. Take pleasure in the beauty and the wonder of the earth. Speak your love. Speak it again. Speak it once more. Amen.